first, that's what we're taught as we're growing up, ever since we're little kids. We start off learning not to play with fire and to always look both ways before crossing the street. As we get older, we learn to buckle up for safety and not to run a red light. These rules that are enforced around us are very important and are used as a measure to keep ourselves and others safe. Today I'm here to give you an example of how I approach conflict in a way that is unsafe, and then I will talk to you about how you and I can successfully approach conflict using the stop, think, listen, and communicate method offered by Con and Abigail. I approach conflict in a way that is not safe to myself or those around me. If conflict was to be approached using this method of stop, think, listen, and communicate, you can see that it starts with a red light, a yellow light, and then a green light. If the proper approach to this conflict would be to wait for the light to turn green before communicating, I often run the red light in a hurry to reach my destination. I am often in such a hurry to solve the conflict that I put myself and others in a lot of danger by skipping the important steps of effective communication. When I run the red light, I am forced to think, listen, and communicate at the same time. This is a hard task to juggle and is unfair to the other party because I am continually thinking about what to say next rather than giving them all my attention. In addition, it is unfair to the other party because when I am so worried about what I will say next, I often lose focus of what I am saying, and uninvolved topics can be easily dragged in, making the conflict bigger. When all these potentially harmful acts are mixed together in the midst of a conflict, it is a recipe for complete disaster, and the conflict can grow immensely. This approach is selfish, stressful, and harmful, and it never turns out unsuccessful, or it always turns out unsuccessful. A better way that I can approach conflict would be through the stop, think, listen, and communicate method offered to us by Con and Abigail. Con and Abigail tell us to first stop. Don't become so upset that you start to lose control of yourself. We can gather ourselves and set our emotions and feelings aside by stopping first. 4 ways the book offers us to stop are to 1. Exit temporarily, 2. Take sips of a beverage before responding, 3. Count backward from 100, and 4. Change the topic until the air clears. After stopping, we're given the second stop, which is to think. Try not to take the conflict personally. Think about your goals, wants, and needs, and those of the other party. This gives us time to think about what has started the conflict, what role we play in the conflict, and what we have to say about it. By taking time to think, Con and Abigail say we will have better outcomes than if we go into the conflict without analyzing or thinking about it first. The third step is to listen. Listen before you say anything. By listening without interruption, we can give our undivided attention to the other party and make sure they are completely understood. It is important to understand their goals and needs in order to make them feel respected. Lastly, we are given the green light to communicate. Think about, and decide how you will communicate and do it. After stopping, thinking, and listening, we can represent our viewpoint, goals, and needs to the other party. By going through each step as a process, you and I can effectively and clearly communicate our thoughts by the time we reach the green light of communication. The STLC method ensures that we have taken enough time to clear our mind, specify our needs and the other party's needs, and communicate in a way that is safe, responsible, and respectful. So next time you are tempted to run the red light of the STLC, remember that it will put yourself and others in danger. Put safety first and remember to stop, think, and listen before you communicate.